Peace and blessings, family. It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Boston community. Shout out to Louisiana All-American Sports Network. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. In this particular video, I'm going to talk about which player needs to have a big game for Southern University to be successful tomorrow in the Bayou Classic. And I'm also going to talk about Southern University's two former head coaches that's assistant coaches for Grambling at this point. Now, a lot of Grambling State fans have been talking a lot of trash on social media. And for whatever reason, they think Grambling is going to blow Southern out. And their reasoning and rationale for thinking that is they think Southern is going to overlook Grambling to Jackson State in the SWAC championship game. Southern at this point can't really afford to be cocky, arrogant, or complacent because at this point Southern really hasn't accomplished nothing. Because guess what? A couple years ago when Eric Dooley was the head coach, guess what? They went to the SWAC championship game and they got beat by Jackson State. So Southern is really not in a position to say, okay, we're not going to focus on Grambling. We're going to look past them to Jackson State. Southern is not in that position. And I think part of the reason why Southern is not going to overlook Grambling because Southern last two head coaches, Eric Dooley, who's a trash head coach at Southern in my opinion, and he was a terrible offensive coordinator. In fact, he was the offensive coordinator at Grambling before he was demoted. And Jason Rollins, prior to Eric Dooley, was the head coach. He's the defensive coordinator now at Grambling. These are Southern University's last two head coaches. So I think those two individuals on the sideline wearing black and gold is going to be part of Southern's motivation to play well and be successful and do well in this game on tomorrow. Now, of course, just winning the Bayou Classic alone and just having bragging rights alone is going to be enough to, I think, to motivate them. However, I think having your last two former head coaches, a lot of them probably didn't play under Coach Jason Rollins. However, most of the players still on the roster was under Eric Dooley last year. So that's going to be motivation, additional motivation. Because like I said, if you can't get up for the Bayou Classic, then in all actuality, you don't need to play tomorrow. But I think seeing the two of them across the sideline, I think that's going to be additional motivation. However, the one player I think that's going to really need to have a big game for Southern to be successful, I know a lot of individuals are going to be like, Coach, you're wrong. Of course, I think defensively, it's going to need to be Kelby Givens. I think Kelby Givens is going to need to be active and be aggressive and be an active pass rusher for Southern to be successful. But I think the one key player offensively, I know a lot of people are going to say Jalen Woods. Jalen Woods does need to have a good game. However, I think that one player is Kendrick Grimes. Now, I know lately Terrence Graves has been going running back by committee, and whoever has a hot hand, that's the person he really is counting on to do whatever. But I think in this particular instance, I think the guy you really need to ride need to be Kendrick Grimes. I think Kendrick Grimes needs to have a big game. In fact, I'm going to step out on a limb. I'm going to say it now. I think Kendrick Grimes is going to have over 200 yards rushing against Grambling tomorrow in the Bayou Classic. That's just my personal opinion. I know some people are going to be like, Coach, that's a stretch. But, I mean, he had a viral moment last year in last year's Bayou Classic. He's a senior, so this is going to be his last game. Hey, I think he's going to have a huge game tomorrow. And that's the thing about it. I think in the UAPB game, in the Bethune game, he had certain opportunities to have, like, big runs. I know against Bethune, he had a nice run call back, and the same thing against UAPB. So I think the offensive line going to need to clean up the penalties so that he can have these big runs. I think if he have a big run early, I think it's kind of going to be off to the races for him. And he's going to have a huge game. But I think it's imperative that Kendrick Grimes is a big game offensively. Also, along with Jalen Woods. I mean, in all actuality, it's going to have to be a team effort. But in terms of the one person that I think that needs to have an excellent game, I think it's going to be Kendrick Grimes. Kendrick Grimes, more importantly, also Jalen Woods defensively, Kelby Givens. But I don't understand why these Grambling fans are so arrogant and so overconfident. Grambling was trash this entire season. They had a big win here or there, but for the most part, they really hadn't done anything. So that's it for this video. If you find any value in this video, please like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel. Also click the notification bell so you can be alerted anytime I post any new videos. Go check out my brother Jared 11 Green on his channel. He does a show every Sunday called the Southern Baller Show. Also go check out my brother Brent Fox on his channel. With his show, it's just me starring Brent Fox. And also go check out my brother 78 Sports TV. He has 2 channels. His first channel is 78 Sports TV. His backup channel is the LDBC General. I'm getting ready to head to New Orleans. I'll see y'all in New Orleans from the Caesars Superdome. Catch y'all on the rebound. Peace and blessings.